Hi, Lillian again, and it's my 18-month anniversary. Yay! I'm much more excited than I probably seem. I'm tired, just got off work. It's been a busy week. Um, Today's actually not the exact date. It was 2 days ago, and I started um, the process of building this video 2 days ago with every intent of like putting it out that day, but editing is hard. So I scratched that one, and now it's been 2 days. Yeah, now it's been 2 days. I'm just getting this out to you because it's been a busy week. So thank you for bearing with me. I know I've been talking about doing this video for a long time, and I just realized that if I don't do it now, I probably won't ever. So I'm glad that I'm finally getting around to posting this. Disclaimer, it's gonna be long. Um, just because the way I've formatted it, the way I figured out how to do it, where it wouldn't take any editing skills, I'm calling it a scroll show. And that's, I guess, gonna be like a slideshow where I'm, talking to you like in a voiceover thing, but I'm scrolling through my album of photos. So it takes about half an hour because, as I've said before, my lock journey has been photoed and videotaped by me since day one. So I've been keeping pretty meticulous track of my progress. And it's fun because I've been getting to watch my hair grow, like literally. So this is like a culmination of that, or a culmination up to 18 months of that. So yeah, it's gonna be a long video. I mean, I won't be offended if you fast forward through some of it or don't watch it at all, but I just wanted to put it out there in case anybody wants to watch it. So get some snacks. I'm gonna give you some time to get some snacks, guys. Get some snacks. I have Oreos next to me here, actually. You might you might hear that I'm eating Oreos in the voiceover. I could pick up on it, but that's only because at the time I knew I was eating Oreos. But now that you know I'm eating Oreos, you might pick up on it too. Whatever. Anyway, ignore the chewing sounds and enjoy this scroll show. Here we go. Alright, so the video starts with some natural hair photos, but that's for another video. So I just skipped through those. These shots are from the very first day that I got my locks. You can see the worms. They're disgusting. The parts are huge. But I was really, really excited to have locks. And this was the first time I wore them out in public. And I love the picture on the right there. It looks like my face is just like, well, this is what I look like. And that's kind of the attitude I had. I was pretty confident from jump. Like, I just liked how my hair looked. I was super excited here. As you can see, it was my first retwist. I didn't do a good job, but I saw budding happening, and so I was super excited about that. That's what the middle photo is about. There were lumps in my locks. The photo on the far right as well shows a big old bud I had. But yeah, it was just 2 weeks in. I think it was like day 12. One of those photos is dated where I had my earliest bud. It's like my hair wanted to lock. And then 3 weeks in, I took stock and realized I needed to wash my hair, and so I did. Much of it unraveled at the roots, as is shown on the far left. It took me a long, long time to retwist that, but I stuck it in a style and it ended up looking okay. Then here we've got some silly photos where I'm just kind of learning, as the middle photo says, self-love. Just kind of enjoying taking these little selfies and seeing what my hair is doing. A lot of these pigtails I loved to do as soon as I found out I could. And it's so funny looking at them now because they're so tiny. And you'll see, like, toward the end, where it gets closer to now, how much, I think pigtails are the easiest way for me to tell that my hair has gotten so much bigger. This is when I had a fitness class in school. On the far left, the side-by-sides are to show that I tried to use bandanas to preserve my retwist so I wasn't sweating. far right is a side-by-side of my typical wash day before and after. This is just some photos of me enjoying the frizzy stages. A lot of them are me either going to school, going to class or coming from class, so this is just what I would look like on a regular. And my hair is pretty messy all the time. And I never really, I don't think I ever really had a grip on how neat I wanted my hair to look. I just kind of would decide if I was okay with how I looked on a given day, and then I would just go outside. So I tried different things. I played around with like fake styles and things, but at the length I had, I was just happy to have my hair. And here's a close-up of a retwist at week 10. I was using shea butter to retwist at this point. I would just melt down some shea butter, put it in my roots. I enjoyed that. I thought that was very helpful for the beginning stages of my locks. But it just, in the end, ended up being too messy, so I stopped using shea butter. It was just sticky, and it would attract lint, and it was messy. It would drip everywhere and get hard. Didn't like that too much. Here's week 12. Sorry there's some repeat photos here, but it's just what a before, during, and after wash day looks. So it's like the messiest my hair is, then right before I wash it, and then at the far right you see the retwist. And as I always say, it's not very tight. I guess I never was really good at retwisting tightly, but I wasn't really trying to either. I just wanted the parts to be defined. Yeah, so this side by side with the blue shirt are the ones that I showed you guys a couple videos ago where I talk about the shrinkage. So you can see the blue shirt, the third one from the left is from day 1, and the one next to that is the shrinkage one. Excuse the 4 months photo. I was just feeling silly that day, I guess. But anyway, 4 months, I really had to come to grips with the shortness of my hair. Like, that was the shortest it had ever been in my memory. And the saddest part was most of the length were these scraggly ends. And you can start to see what I was talking about in these upcoming photos when a couple videos, or in my last video I think it was, when I said that I cut one off. It's the one right here on the far right. You can see how long that piece was, and there it is again, second from the left, the rebellious one, I called it. Yeah, that's the one that I cut first, and it felt so good to cut that off, that little piece. And then once I did that, I went around and kind of found any others, cut those off. But I didn't actually cut them until months from this photo. So I had those in for like the entire first year, I believe. I think when I cut it, it was after a year. So yeah, I had this rebellious one, just wearing me thin for a year. I would stare at it and loathe it. It was just really an eyesore to me, and it hung right in my eye, in my line of vision. More silly photos. These were done at a retreat I went to, these photos. A Cedar campus type camping lodge thing. And I think this stage in my journey is where I realized that I didn't care so much for the retwist look. It just so happens where I was for this month, I didn't have consistent access to retwist, resources, so I let my hair get pretty wild, and I loved it. It was at 6 months. So it's like I was preparing for a semi-freeform, quote-unquote type thing from baby lock stage. Excuse that little jump. I had to cut out a piece of the recording where my mouse was acting up. But yeah, there's a rebellious one again on the left. This is my second attempt at a twist out. My first one kind of breezed by the photos. I think I missed it somewhere in there, but this was my second attempt, and I think I like this one the best. I mean, out of the first two. It just, I think, laid better while I retwisted and then lasted longer when I untwisted them. Unfortunately, as you can see, there's not many photos of the twist results. Comes to week 30. Oh, it's because this is when classes started back up. But yeah, this is kind of a sweet spot, I think. I started to notice the hang time. This is when my hair was cooperating with ponytails again because from like month 3 to 6, it was just too short, especially in the front. And then so that 7 months locked on the left is the first ponytail I was able to do in a while. And here I'm just enjoying the fuzziness. Yeah, I think, so like I said, I think I really knew that I liked my hair better unretwisted at this point, at this 6 to 8 month time period is when I discovered that. Highlighting the shrinkage again on the far left because of how the ponytail looks like it's struggling so much. But my locks are starting to feel like locks to me here. In that little video, I'm shaking my hair and like enjoying that it's hitting my face and like sitting on my shoulders and stuff. And it just starts to look more uniform. It's like each lock individually looks more like a lock. This was an accidental skipped retwist and wash day because life was just hectic at that point. And I remember that bun hurt really badly. But it was the only style I could do to make myself feel presentable. I cared a lot about how I looked at that point because I knew I hadn't retwisted in the normal length of time. Which I should mention, at this point I was retwisting every 2 weeks. So my first ever wash and retwist was 3 weeks into my journey. And then for the first 10 months or so, I believe, I was retwisting every 2 weeks. So when I went 3 weeks in the row above this one, it was like a big deal to me. But yeah, this is a style I did that I was pretty proud of. A little flat twist thing. I liked how it looked. It wasn't too tight, and it lasted for a long time. In fact, you'll see as I scroll down that I got tired of it, and I took it out before I really needed to because it was just tiring for me to have all my hair on one side like that. But yeah, I really dug this style. I liked the way that the shape of my hair, the way it framed my face. It's kind of like a little bob. And it was cute, I thought. I haven't done flat twist since then, I don't think. Yeah, so this is 8 months, and you can see on the right, I was really happy to take those flat twists down and liberate my hair. But yeah, I think maybe there is when I decided that I don't really prefer styling so much. I just like having my hair down or in simple styles as much as possible. But I do appreciate the length that's starting to show here. It's starting to develop in the front anyway, because you can see where second to last photo here, you can see there's a difference between where my front 2 locks fall, and they're like not so much in my eye, but now they're like reaching my nose and stuff. But yeah, I was really excited about that growth. Enjoying shaking those locks out after taking down the flat twists. That was fun. And this is more frustration with the rebellious one. These first 3 photos from the left. And then this little video clip is month 9. Still really short. That's an overhead photo of just how thick my hair is. And yeah, so I'm starting to enjoy the thickness here. It's like, oh snap, thick locks. This is what I wanted. I knew I wanted like Sharpie width to begin with, and for a while it seemed like they might not reach that thickness, but I'm glad they got there. More pigtails. They're a little bit more plump here than they were in that first shot at 4 weeks. And I think in that snap, I'm actually saying that, or saying something to the effect of, I haven't done these pigtails since they look like lollipops or something like that. They were small. They were still small there, actually. And this is when, so I guess it was at 10 months. This is when I was starting to decide to stretch out the time between retwists. So I'm sitting there on wash day, my hair looks like that, yet I'm still thinking I could stretch this out. So that's pretty telling. I wasn't super obsessed with always having a fresh retwist. So I knew that I wanted to wash my hair still consistently every 2 weeks, but at this point I started to consider not retwisting every single time I wash. But yeah, I ended up not retwisting that time, didn't I? I don't believe I retwisted that time. I think I did just wash my hair, and that was the first time I didn't retwist right after. But we'll see after I scroll down. I think it'll be... Yeah, I didn't retwist. This was the first time I washed my hair without retwisting. Yep. Do the lilies on the left look familiar? But yeah, I think it's funny that this snap is captioned, "These are locks," because it's like I didn't really feel like they were locks until I washed without retwisting. I really don't like how my scalp looks when it's freshly retwisted. There's some pigtails with some, meat to them right there. They're starting to look bigger, fuller, rounder, and they definitely weren't as tight. It wasn't as hard to put them up there. I remember that. They used to be really hard to put up. But yeah, high buns are cool because my front locks are short, so they don't have to travel as far in a high bun. This picture on the right is just to demonstrate how much marrying happens, because this was also a month after, I think this was a month after I had last retwisted. And so here's, yep, it was. So this was the wash day, second wash day since the retwist, and so I did retwist, and I did Bantu knots. This is over Christmas break, so I was at home. Shout out to my sister on the picture on the far right. But yeah, those curls were so cute. I love that. I really enjoyed the results of that first Bantu knot out. I felt a little silly with the Bantu knots in because I did have to go out in public. Or it wasn't Christmas break, it was Thanksgiving break. I remember Thanksgiving shopping and I felt like I looked like a granny. But yeah. These are the waves that are falling from the Bantu knots. I really enjoyed the waves. I think more than the super tight curls from like day one of the takedown, I preferred these waves because A, it was a different length. They just kind of sat by my jaw, and that was fun. And B, they curled in such a way that I could kind of sit them on top of each other and stack them and style them without too much effort to tuck. So that was really neat, I thought. I think that's just a thing. When your hair is curly or wavy, you can kind of throw it up in a bun or, push it to the side and it just sits better. Or at least it looks more relaxed, I think. Yeah, even at 18 months right now, it's easier for me to do a bun if my hair is curly or twisted. But yeah, this is a lot of me just enjoying those Bantu knots. And it's been days at this point. I think that caption in the middle photo says 10 days in. Also, that retwist was lasting. And yeah, still riding the waves. Starting to get cold outside. You can see that my hair kind of looks a little ashy in some of these photos. My first winter with locks. My first winter with non-baby locks that weren't comb coils. Because I did actually start my locks in the winter. But yeah, second from the right is super ashy. That looks gross. My locks look crispy. But these photos I love. It really just shows my hair with my roots puffy, and I really enjoyed that. I think my locks look better with some afro underneath. Yeah, I think they framed my face well at this length. It was cute. I was enjoying my hair, really. some bigger buns. Every time I do them, it seems they got bigger. That's pretty cool. This was a milestone. Hat goal realized. I wanted to wear hats for so long, guys. That was crazy to me that I could wear a hat. My natural hair, my loose natural hair is too thick. Much too thick to wear hats. Yeah, this is now a year in. This is my 1-year lock-iversary. And I retwisted my hair on the day of my lock-iversary. That's how I spent my birthday. Well, you know, an hour of my birthday. But yeah, I enjoyed that. I think I'd also waited a little bit longer than a month between that retwist. But yeah, this is still me thinking I need to retwist every month. That's the mindset I had of the year. As you guys know, it was only like the beginning of summer that I decided I didn't need to retwist. But it's so funny that that's the moment I realized, because it seems from looking at this that I really did enjoy not having retwisted hair better. I guess I was just still trying to conform to what people would think was neat or more presentable. And now we have more buns accompanied by lock jewelry. You're going to start to see lock jewelry here because I just started wearing it at the year mark. So yeah, now you'll get to see some of my lock jewelry in action. Photo on the right is hair tying my hair tie. So important. I felt so good at that point that I could tie my hair with my hair. That's one of my favorite things about locks. Like, that was just one of the things I envied most whenever I would see other people with locks before I had locks, is that you can just tie your hair with your hair. I love doing that. This on the left, this little video, is me contemplating going back to 2 weeks between retwists, and I'm so glad I didn't. But yeah, I had a moment of weakness there where I was like, oh, my hair looks bad. But I'm glad I stuck it out because I got to do this little low bun thing. These are not the low buns in the lock milestone video I did that one time. These are messier and much too painful. I was stretching. I was just excited that I could reach that length though. This is another twist that I did in spring. My scalp looks really well moisturized here. I don't remember at what point I stopped doing shea butter and started doing black castor oil, but that really helped my scalp feel better. Stop seeing flakes like altogether. I haven't had flakes on my scalp since it's been months. It's been months. But yeah, I was in Jamaica for these couple of rows, and the water was so beautiful. Like, it was great. It was a great time in Jamaica, and the water was very good to my hair. I could tell that the consistency of I guess not the consistency, the texture of my locks changed after that. It's the first time I was like in the ocean with locks. The only time I think I was in the ocean since I've gotten locks. I haven't been to the beach, y'all. I miss it. Now, yeah, this is a time when I wanted to be retwisting, but for busyness, I wasn't able to. And I found a few creative styles, but I didn't really love them. Yeah, I was super excited to retwist again, and in this retwist, I noticed a lot of length. And I started to notice that my hair bent on my shoulder when I tilted my head, and I really like that. Just little things that help you notice the length. Yeah. Starting to like the shape that my locks are taking as they grow further down, because I remember when they were short, while I can see now that they frame my face nicely, that's not what I actually thought at 4, 5, and 6 months, 8 months. I really wanted them to just get longer. And this is a framing of a face that I enjoyed. People used to ask me too, like, how do you get your locks to frame your face like that? And I did not know what they meant. I don't know how I did it. I mean, I think they just grew that way, honestly. But they just kind of curl around my face, and I kind of dig it. These are lock petals. I did them for Easter this year, and I enjoyed them, but I will never do them again. Here's why. Those rubber bands were such a pain to take out. It was not worth it at all. I did not enjoy that. Plus, lock petals are not a 2-for-1 style. Like, once you take them down, you pretty much have to, like, drench your hair because your locks will just be bent and they look like little L's, and it's weird. This is the most recent twist I did, and we have now officially caught up to where I started YouTubing. Yep, this is the very same twist out set that I had in when I filmed my first video. In fact, I believe this snap on the left was the same exact day that I filmed the lock tag. I think I'm sitting there deciding to do the lock tag when I do this snap. But yeah, these are the results of that twist out on the far right. I don't think I ever got to show this to you. I think I didn't film that as a YouTube video. Such great waves came from that. Yeah, just enjoying the summer with my locks in the sun. I'd put olive oil on them and then go sit outside. My hair did get lighter, but which I wasn't crazy about because I liked my dark hair, but it did feel good. And then in that video I'm playing with my wet hair because it's just flipping around my face. Not sure what this is. Oh, I'm just playing with the locks in the front of my face because they've gotten longer. But yeah, that's also what that is. It's I can see that the growth of the front. I can see the growth of my locks most clearly with the front too, because they really used to just sit in my eyelashes and they would be really, really annoying and bothersome, and now they kind of hang by my chin. So that's encouraging and exciting. And here's a little bun. These are the buns I was talking about in the milestone video. Now you're going to see. I did a hot oil treatment for the first time. You've seen a video on that as well. But yeah, my locks are really fluffy after that hot oil treatment. I'm so excited I get to do another one, I think this weekend actually. That's my next wash day. I'm pretty sure it's a hot oil treatment wash this time. Or actually it might be a conditioner week, but we'll see how I feel because I really miss hot oil treatments now that I've started implementing them. They're fun. They're a good little treat to look forward to. There's an updo I tried. I liked it. It was kind of funky. I don't know if I'll ever have the occasion to do it again. It was just kind of a fun, carefree day that day. But yeah, I think I should do one more. I dug that hairstyle. It was kind of out of character for me. My hair was just all over the place. Yeah, my locks in the back got pretty long there, as you can see on the photo on the left. Here's some low buns. Remember when I was saying high buns were cool because my front locks can't reach very far? That was significant because the front locks actually reach to the back of my head. Here I am, shaking them, enjoying them. But yeah, the photo on the far right is funny to me because at first glance it looks like I'm wearing those Bluetooth earbuds around my neck, but those are two of my locks that just sit on my collarbone like that naturally. But yeah, I like that those two locks are the bottom row. Yeah, they're just little weird anti-antennas. Let's see, what's to say about this? The snap toward the right is me enjoying the smell of my hair as it moves after I use the keratin conditioner. I'm crazy about that smell. I literally am in love with how that conditioner smells. I can't stress it enough. I've considered using it, like, to shower in. Full disclosure, it smells so, so good. Anyway, here is me with my hair scarf on before bed. Sometimes if it's too hot, I don't put the scarf on my whole head, just over the top, to keep lint from getting into my scalp. That's the main reason I sleep with a scarf on, to prevent my scalp from drying out on the cotton and to keep lint from getting in. Not to, like, preserve a retwist or anything, or keep frizzies away. I don't mind the frizz, as you can clearly see. But yeah, and this snap toward the toward the right, by the 17-month mark, I really am amazed at my parts there because you can see them while I'm shaking my head, and I had not retwisted in a while there. Because at this point, it's 17 months, so at this point it has been 2 months since I retwisted. And so this is during my summer of no retwisting, where the longest I've gone ever without retwisting. Currently, like today, not in these photos, this is the 4th month without a retwist that I'm at. This is the most recent bantu knots I did. I only mentioned them in a video, so now you get to see them. And this is a cool picture on the left because you can see my combined lock is curled up in that bantu knot. I dug the way that the jewelry hung there. And yeah, the curls weren't great. I think my first bantu knot out was much more sustainable because I did it in the winter, or like around Thanksgiving or Christmas time. And the heat, I think, was too much for this set. So the curls weren't that fantastic. But they did make nice updos. Shout out to that lock jewel because it accented this curly style nicely, I think. It's a clip, so it would just hang on my curls and bounce around, and my curls bounced. Got a lot of compliments for that one. But yeah, I dug that curly bantu knot out. And the waves. And it's so crazy how much longer my hair got. Like, I can't ever get that short bob effect from a bantu knot out ever again because my hair is already too long. But at least I got to see what it looked like. That top right in the previous row was another hot oil treatment with a towel. Toward the right, you can see my hang time, and then I am showing the lumpy bumpies of that combined lock. And here's a fun style I just did recently with 4 buns. That felt really good on my scalp to be pulling my hair in 4 different directions because I don't think I've ever done that before. This is the braid out I did recently. Those waves, looking at them now, were not very defined compared to the twist out waves I have. But I did enjoy that. And that bun on the far left, man, look at that. Look at that. Just is so crazy. I've come a long way. But yeah, I was super excited I was able to do that bun. And then moving down, we can see I tied my hair with my hair in these left 2 photos. So I felt special because I could tie my hair with my hair. Again, more buns, and I believe this is the last row here. Yeah. I'm just really excited about the day when I can throw my hair up in like a huge bun that looks like a second head. So excited for that. Smiley with the locks on YouTube does that. I love it. Okay, I cut out there because I was a little abrupt, but I was starting to like go on a tangent that was not related to my journey, talking about lock buns. Anyway, that is like a little over 400 photos of my 18-month lock journey so far. Yeah, thanks for bearing with me if you did, if you're still watching the video. This was kind of the last way I expected to do this. I have all those pictures in my phone in an album labeled Locks for me. They're just kind of my eyes only. I haven't posted, aside from the snaps and a few of the photos, I haven't posted many of those photos. A lot of them nobody has seen until now, outside of me. So I am, I took those photos for me. Not only was it to document my journey, but I'm not like much of a selfie taker. Anybody who knows me knows that. But having this reason to take selfies has definitely been a little confidence boost. I'm not gonna lie. I do. Oh, look at this. Can you see it? Oops. A little sneak peek at what my loose natural curl pattern looks like. Oh, can you see that? Wow, that's out there. Better wrap that around a lock somewhere, but I don't know where it can go. Anyway, sorry. I'm tired. What was I saying? Having the reason to take selfies has been a confidence boost because I'm, comfortable more in front of a camera and being the subject of photos, and I don't know. The way I have my hair now is the most I've ever enjoyed my appearance. I hope that doesn't sound cocky or like conceited or anything, but like I really like my look. Now that I have locks, I don't know. I dig my appearance the most I ever have, and it's largely, I think, due to the fact that I've started them myself and I've maintained them myself, and they're just kind of my own little self project. And it's just been fun. It's just been a fun journey. But yeah, even though they're not like traditional manicured locks, and they don't look like anybody else's locks, they're my favorite set of locks. They're my locks, and so I've thoroughly enjoyed this little trip down memory lane, and I'm thankful that you guys have joined me and have been rocking with me, and I'm looking forward to more videos down the line, and we can all celebrate together when I get to Smiley with the locks level and have a bun that sits on top of my head like this high. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed at least some of that. I don't know. Have a great whatever you're having.